The rain tapped gently against the floor-to-ceiling windows of the prestigious Hawthorne Medical Center as doctors in white coats hurried through the private executive wing. Room 701 was unlike any other hospital room in the country. It looked more like a luxury penthouse, complete with handcrafted furniture, priceless paintings, and the latest medical technology. Yet none of it could ease the suffering of Emily Carter, the 32-year-old CEO of Carter Biotech. For nearly 2 years, Emily had battled a mysterious illness that left her exhausted, unable to walk without assistance, and plagued by sudden episodes of unbearable pain. She had spent over $100 million consulting the world's leading specialists. Experts flew in from Switzerland, Japan, Germany, and the United States. Every scan, every blood test, every experimental treatment produced the same disappointing answer. We still don't know what's causing it. That morning, another team of specialists quietly left her room, defeated once again. Outside the room, Daniel Brooks pushed a janitor's cart down the polished hallway. A widowed single father, Daniel worked 2 jobs to support his 8-year-old daughter, Lily. He rarely spoke unless spoken to, and most hospital staff barely noticed him. But years earlier, before life had taken unexpected turns, Daniel had completed 3 years of medical school before leaving to care for his sick wife. As he emptied a trash bin outside Emily's room, he heard a sharp coughing fit followed by silence. A nurse rushed inside while Daniel instinctively glanced through the partially open door. For only a second, he noticed something everyone else seemed to ignore. Emily instinctively rubbed the inside of her left wrist immediately before every painful episode. Not her chest. Not her head. Always the same small spot on her wrist. Daniel frowned. Later that afternoon, while cleaning the executive lounge, he quietly approached Dr. Harrison. "Sir, may I ask something?" The physician looked surprised. "Go ahead." "I've noticed Ms. Carter touches the same place on her wrist before every attack. Has anyone checked the nerves there, or possible exposure to heavy metals?" The doctor almost laughed. "We've spent $100 million investigating every possibility." Daniel nodded politely. "I'm sure you have. But, maybe everyone's been looking for a rare disease instead of a hidden cause." Those words lingered longer than Dr. Harrison expected. Out of curiosity more than belief, he ordered one final neurological examination focused on the specific nerve cluster Daniel had mentioned. The scan revealed something extraordinary, a microscopic fragment of industrial alloy lodged beside a major nerve. Years earlier, during a minor accident at one of Emily's research facilities, the fragment had entered unnoticed. Over time, it slowly released toxic particles that inflamed nearby nerves, triggering symptoms that perfectly mimicked a rare autoimmune disorder. The room fell silent. One tiny fragment. Hidden for years. It had fooled the greatest medical experts on Earth. The surgery was scheduled immediately. It lasted less than 90 minutes. Within days, Emily's strength began returning. For the first time in 2 years, she stood without assistance. 2 weeks later, she walked through the hospital garden beneath the warm afternoon sun, breathing deeply as if discovering life all over again. Before leaving the hospital, Emily asked for one person. The janitor. Daniel nervously entered her room, still wearing his maintenance uniform. "You wanted to see me?" Emily smiled warmly. "They told me it was your observation that saved my life." Daniel lowered his eyes. "I only noticed something everyone else was too busy to see." She looked at him for a long moment. "Why did you notice it?" After a quiet pause, Daniel answered honestly. "My wife had a rare neurological illness. Before every pain attack, she touched the exact same place on her arm. Watching her taught me that sometimes the body whispers before it screams." Emily's eyes filled with tears. No medical report mentioned that. Some lessons aren't written in textbooks. The following Monday, Carter Biotech announced a surprise press conference. Reporters expected news about Emily's miraculous recovery. Instead, she introduced Daniel Brooks to the world. This man reminded us that wisdom isn't measured by job titles. While the world's greatest experts searched for impossible answers, one humble father simply paid attention. She offered Daniel a position as Director of Patient Experience, helping doctors recognize overlooked patient behaviors that machines could never detect. Daniel accepted, but only after one condition. "I leave every afternoon at 4. Emily smiled. For your daughter. He nodded. She's the most important job I'll ever have. The room erupted in applause. Sometimes, miracles don't come from billion-dollar laboratories or revolutionary machines. Sometimes, they begin with someone humble enough to notice the smallest symptom, and compassionate enough to speak up when no one else does.